ng isang bagong modus operandi. Ang mga ads na ito ay pinopost sa social media, nagkukunwaring promo or raffle para sa libreng travel papuntang Thailand. Hihingin yung pangalan at contact details sa comments at kunyari ay pipiliin silang panalo. Dadalhin sa Thailand pero hindi nila alam, pagdating doon, di pala bakasyon ang pakay sa kanila. Human trafficking na.
Magandang gabi mga kabalitaan. Huli ka na naman sa balita, no? Narito ang latest Congress hearing headline.
Pagdating doon, di pala bakasyon ang pakay sa kanila. Human trafficking na. Pipiliting itawid sa Mae Sot papuntang Myanmar at dadalhin sa online gaming at scamming centers. Ikukulong at pipilitin ng magtrabaho. Kung umalma ang mga Pilipino, as before, bogbog at abuso ang aabutin. At ang pinakamasaklap pa, ang mga babae ay nagiging biktima ng panggagahasa at saka sexual abuse. So dahil dito po sila dinadala sa Myawaddy, kung saan matatagpuan ang mga scamming, online gaming at human trafficking compounds. Aware po ba ang DOJ IACAT attorney sa bagong modus operandi na ito? At ano po ang ginagawa ng department at ng council para pigilan ang panloloko at pambibiktima sa mga Pilipino?
I cannot speak po for IACAT, but rest assured, Madam Chair, that I will communicate with the head of IACAT, Undersecretary Nicholas T, about this matter so that the IACAT could extend the necessary assistance to our kababayan.
Salamat. Pero at least sa department level, aware na po ang department dito sa bagong modus operandi.
If it's already in the news, perhaps the department is already aware of it, Madam Chair.
Salamat, attorney. Tanungin ko rin ang DMW sa usaping ito, pero quickly muna sa Bureau of Immigration. Has the Bureau heard of this modus operandi at handa ba ang Bureau na i-combat, na labanan itong bagong modus? Yes, Attorney Santos.
Yes, ma'am. As Chief Olive of the DOJ said that it's already in the news, and I believe, ma'am, with our numerous interceptions for possible victims of human trafficking at our ports, international ports, we regularly deny the departure of potential trafficking victims, and in fact, once these their departures are denied, we, as a matter of course, release in our press release their story of the possible circumstances that they are possible victims.
Pero bagong modus nga ito baka hindi mag-a-apply sa kanila yung usual markers ng Bureau for Human Trafficking. Nagmumukha silang turista na sinuwerte sa isang raffle. Handa ba ang Bureau na labanan din yung ganitong bagong modus?
Thank you, ma'am. We take note of this new modus, and we are confident that we will be able to detect possible victims under this new modus.
Right, salamat, Attorney Santos. So quickly to ask DMW, sino nga po yung yes sir, Asec de Guzman, aware po ba ang department sa bagong modus at ano po yung kung aware na po, ano pong ginagawa ng department para tulungan yung mga kababayan natin dito?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning po. Ma'am, on the preventive side, ma'am, we continue to engage at least in the public information campaign para at least ma-prevent po yung pag-alis sa mga kababayan natin at huwag mabiktima ng scam or modus na ito. Patuloy po yung suporta ng Department of Migrant Workers at pakikipagtulungan sa Interagency Council Against Trafficking. We're an active member agency. And at the same time, ma'am, we have recently opened a migrant workers office in Bangkok. Okay, I was in Bangkok last week, ma'am, attending also a regional dialogue And at the fore of the regional dialogue, ma'am, yung RSO ng Bali process natin is actually the topic on scam hubs. Mainit po itong usapin na ito. In particular, ma'am, this particular area, yung Samwadi, saka sa Maysot na area, ma'am, if the sharing and the information that was given to us by the other delegates who are closely working around that border, nagputulan na daw po ng kuryente at internet doon sa area. So at least may crackdown na nangyayari sa side na yon. On the part of the Department of Migrant Workers po, together with the Department of Foreign Affairs, we treat all of the reports seriously. Kung meron pong kinakailangang ma-rescue o matulungan, we closely coordinate that po with the Department of Foreign Affairs. So far, ma'am, since nagsimula po itong issue na ito with the rest of yung tinatawag nating CMV, Cambodia, Myanmar, and Cambodia, Myanmar, and Laos, CML, CLM na area. Since nagsimula po itong issue na to, ma'am, we've assisted 172 na tumawid na nakabalik galing Myanmar, providing them with the necessary repatriation and reintegration assistance. So, patuloy po yung suporta, saka po yung pakikipagtulungan ng Department of Migrant Workers sa iba nating government agency, also with other groups internationally and both locally para po masuportahan at matutukan ito.
Maraming salamat, ASEC, at maraming salamat higit dun sa tulong nyo dun sa 172 na paki-take note lang yung nabanggit ko kanina, mga 100 pa na naghihintay ng rescue. Gusto talagang makauwi, naiipit sa burokrasya, baka makatulong itong CML and of course Pilipinas,
Yes.
para matulungan sila. And ganun din po yung impormasyon namin, tulad nung sinabi ninyo na pinutulan na ng kuryente at saka internet. Nga lang, somehow, yung mga scam hubs na yon, pati yung gumagamit nitong bagong modus, somehow nasusuplayan pa rin nila ng kuryente, at least yung quarters ng mga bosses doon. At may internet pa rin. Hindi na yung walang kuryente at internet yung tulugan, yung tirahan, so-called, ng mga nagtatrabaho doon. Pero yung scam offices and rooms mismo, may internet pa rin. So patuloy pa rin yung kita ng mga scam bosses doon. Pero gaya ng pinakita naming photos kanina, paterible yung living conditions, pati ng mga kababayan natin doon. Very good to know na tuloy yung Bali process, and sana ma-maximize, ma-optimize talaga ito. So safe to presume na yung bagong MWO natin sa Bangkok updated sa Bali process at pati sa bagong modus operandi na ito, ASEC?
Yes po, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, when we were there, sandali lang po kaming nagka-meet noong ating labor attaché sa Bangkok at on the first night that I arrived in Bangkok to attend the Bali process. Yun lang din yung available time ni Labat because for the succeeding days, ma'am, he was actually busy together with embassy staff attending doon sa mga patawid po galing ng mga border para po ma-repatriate. Continuous po yung repatriation natin, Madam Senator. If I'm not mistaken po, last week 5 po yung na-repatriate from that border, and 2 weeks prior, I think nung 2nd or 3rd week ng February, we had 16 repatriated from that particular area in Wadi and also in Maysot. So I'm not we were not the agency that would be the best in discussing regarding yung repatriation saka yung efforts to bring them or bring them home. Pero rest assured, ma'am, that it's an interagency matter po na talagang pinagtutulong-tulungan po namin.
Maraming salamat para doon, ASEC. Tatanungin ko rin ng pati ang DFA tungkol doon mamayan. But please do take note na yung gender dimension din nitong problema, kasi at least one of the Filipinas has complained of being raped by their Chinese bosses.
Ma'am, if I could add lang po, kasama po doon sa niripaso namin na proseso ng pagpapauwi, at least pagre-repatriate, yung pong yung victim referral system po ng IACAT with the help po of ASEAN Act. It's one of the international groups that is actually supporting us. And with that, ma'am, DSWD and the Department of Health are actually on board. For the part of the DSWD, ma'am, as part of the IACAT, as an IACAT member agency, yung referral system po sa kanila, saka yung victim handling process po nandoon in place po, from the psychosocial to the physical and the health support system po nandoon po, ma'am, para masiguro po natin that it's not only about the rescue and bringing them home, but more importantly is ma-uplift at kahit papano hindi po ma-revictimize or ma-retraumatize, I should say, yung ating mga kababayan once they get home and once we support them back on their feet here.
Maraming salamat, ASEC, at sa DMW. Huling tanong na lang at this point para sa DOJ before I move to back to PAGCOR. So, Attorney Olivia, yung susunod kong mga tanong ay bilang ang department ka ay gaya ng nabanggit nyo kanina, tagapamuno ng task force para ipasara at paalisin yung mga pogo sa ating bansa. Pwede nyo po bang kaming bigyan ng overall update sa ginagawa ng task force sa ngayon? Kasama na po ano yung mga challenges na hinaharap nyo, at overall again, no, not just for the department, bakit parang hirap tayong alisin yung mga pogo bosses sa ating bansa?
For the Task Force Against Human Trafficking po, we provide case build-up assistance with our partner LEAS, the National Bureau of Investigation, Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission, and the PNP as well, Madam Chair. Not only that, we also provide legal assistance to those who are victims of human trafficking, not only po POGO-related cases, pero lahat po ng human trafficking cases. Also, we accommodate the LEAS, Madam Chair, particularly in the cases filed with the Department of Justice. Yung task force ko po ang nag-handle lahat po ng cases like Kibuloy, Alice Goo, Cassie Ong po, lahat po ng human trafficking cases filed with the Department of Justice. So limited po kami dun sa i-refer po ng ating LEAS. But insofar as the investigation, prior to, during, and after the operation of our LEAS, we provide legal assistance. Kasi po meron po kaming department, circular number 20 sa Department of Justice, and we are obliged to extend assistance to our partner LEAS. To see to it po na, number one, maganda po yung kaso at hindi po tayo natatalo.
May challenges po ba kayong hinaharap sa paggawa nito? At tama ba yung sense namin na parang hirap na hirap tayong paalisin talaga yung mga pogo bosses for good? Kung nagko-conquer ang department, bakit tayo hirap na hirap dyan?
Hindi ko po pwedeng sabihin na hirap kasi po, Madam Chair, limited po kasi ang aking authority dun sa cases filed with the Department of Justice and the assistance provided by the task force to our partner LEAS. So, limited po ang knowledge ko tungkol sa pagpapaalis. But insofar as the task force is concerned, marami pong operation ng ating partner LEAS. Hanggang ngayong month po, nag-ooperate po sila. Nag-extend kami ng assistance, case build-up assistance, investigation. So, sa tingin po ng task force, ginagawa po naman ng LEA natin yung kanilang trabaho to operate po against the illegal POGO businesses in the Philippines.
Any challenges being faced po?
Medyo marami lang po masyadong na-ooperate. So, minsan, maraming request. Sa sobrang dami po minsan ng request, minsan maghapon na nagki-case build up ang mga prosecutors, and minsan pati po ang partner LEAS. Sa sobrang dami po ng nare-rescue, sobrang dami po ng naaaresto, and yun pong track ng pagki-case build up. Yun po.
Sobrang dami siguro dahil sobrang dami yung naging problema natin sa Pogo. So, nandun tayo sa early part, pinakamahirap na na decisively ma-deal talaga ng end dito sa Pogos na ito. Pero maraming salamat po, Attorney Olivia at sa department.